talk to you about my overly ambitious March TBR. So let's just get it out of the way. We all know I'm probably not going to read all these books. What I am going to do is this is my pile of books I'm going to pick from. These are the books I want to read in the month of March, and I'm going to try to prioritize. We all know I'm a mood reader. We all know I'm probably going to change my mind, but like some of these just have been calling to me and I really want to read them. Some of them are buddy reads and book club picks, and these are just the books I plan on prioritizing in the month of March, and we'll see what happens. So March traditionally is like a month of middle grades. I have heard it all across BookTube, middle grade March, and I kind of wanted to jump in on that. I've been getting really into more middle grade lately, probably mostly because of the age of my daughter. She's about to turn 8. So she's like creeping into that middle grade age range. And I want to have like a good basis of books for her, books in my library that she can borrow and read, and ones that like I've read and I know are okay for her to read. So this month I have a couple of middle grade books that I really want to try to get to. The first of those is Howl's Moving Castle. I don't know too terribly much about this book, but I know it is just beloved. I know there is a beloved Studio Ghibli anime that I also want to watch. So my goal is to read this, watch the anime, and I kind of want to do it the way that I did my like last unicorn video and just kind of compare and contrast the animated feature with the book, see the differences and the similarities, and just kind of how I feel, because I really enjoyed that concept. I really enjoyed doing that video, so I want to do it again. And I thought, what better opportunity than to read a book I've never read before and watch a movie I've also never watched before in middle grade March. The other middle grade pick that I want to try to get to this month is Keeper of the Lost Cities. This just sounds so cute. I believe it's about this girl who is kind of like in like the real world, and she has these like powers, and she's kind of an outcast and no one's really sure why, but she ends up like swooped into this other world and she has to like be the chosen one, I believe. I could be completely wrong. That could not be the synopsis at all, but I know a lot of people absolutely love this, and it's like one of those beloved middle grade series that I really want to get to, and it's one that I think like my daughter would probably like, so I want to read it, see if she would like it, see if it's something that I would pass on to her when she gets like to this reading level. And the final like middle grade pick this month is Nevermoor, and this is one I've also been meaning to get to for quite some time. I also have book 2 back on my shelf, which is Wondersmith, and I know book 3 just came out, Hollowpox, so I have some catching up to do. This is about a girl named Morgan Crow who I believe is like destined to die on her 11th birthday, but instead she is taken away to this land by this man and like made to compete in some kind of tournament, and I'm really excited. I've heard nothing but good things. I don't think I have heard anybody say a foul word about this book before, so I'm really excited to get to it. Even if I do hate that we have this sticker that's not a sticker that won't come off because it's like actually printed on the book with the price of it. Like, why do you do that to me? But either way, I really want to get to the book itself because it sounds super good. Now, moving on to one that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and that is actually a, like, I guess it's qualified as a non-fiction, but it is The Women Who Run with Wolves. And I picked this up and I'm so excited. I really want to get to this. It kind of covers in like a non-fiction way the myth of the wild woman and like the women that run with wolves. And I'm just so excited to get to this. My cousin read this and absolutely loved it. She's been hounding me to read it. And she's not really a reader. She does more like self-help books and like that kind of non-fiction-y business books, but I really want to get to this. It just sounds so good. And I think it's one that I can, you know, pick up, read a couple pages here and there, and just kind of read it between some of my like heavier like fantasy books. So I'm really excited to get to this and let you know what I think, because I'm really not like a nonfiction reader at all. I also want to try to get to Golden Sun by Pierce Brown this month. This is the second book in the Red Rising series, and I just finished Red Rising. And I didn't love it, but I also didn't hate it. But I've heard that it's the weakest book in the like whole series. So I do want to continue on and just kind of see what the rest of the story is, what the hype is. I will be talking a little bit more about Red Rising and my thoughts on it in my wrap up, but I liked it. It was okay. So I'm excited to see what I think of the sequel. If it gets better, if it's like something that I'm like, okay, now, you know, first book, whatever, but second book, great. So that's what I'm hoping will happen, because I own the whole series. Like even the like continuation series, I own the first two or whatever that are out. So I really actually want to love this. So we're gonna try Golden Sun as well. I also want to try to get to The Toll this month, which is the third book in the Arc of the Scythe series. And I want to finish this off. I loved Scythe. I loved Thunderhead. And I want to know how it ends. I want to see the conclusion to this series, because like after Thunderhead, I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like I need more. So I'm really excited to see where this arc ends and how Schusterman is going to end it, because you know, after Thunderhead, I'm like, where else can you go? Like what's gonna happen? Because that was a whole lot of what? So I don't want to spoil anything about it, but I really, like I said, loved the ending of Thunderhead. I thought Scythe was super good. I love our characters. I don't really care for the romance in it. It's just kind of meh, but I'm excited to see what happens and how we wrap this up. And then my last two books are book club picks. The first one is the official Shelf Space book club pick, and that is Fate of the Fallen. This is one that I've actually had sitting on my shelves for quite some time, so I'm excited that I have like an excuse to pick it up. This is supposed to be a like kind of satirical-esque take on the chosen one trope, I believe, where it's like a reluctant chosen one, and I think they fail. And I'm just really excited because I've heard mixed things about this book, and it's also pretty short. So I like that this month. We're going for short books this month, if you can't tell. Well, short for me. But I'm excited because like even with the mixed things I've heard, it just seems like a really interesting concept. Like the hero chosen one flipped on its head. So I'm just kind of excited to see where this goes. And the final book that I will be picking up in March, hopefully, is Nightmare by Chad Nichols. And this is our official pick for the Shelf Published in book club, which is a spin-off of Shelf Space where we discuss and read only self-published authors, and I'm here for it. I love the idea. I just think it's fantastic. I've been wanting to read more self-published, and I've had this book for a little while now. It was actually sent to me by the author, and I'm just excited for all of us to read it, all of us to read it together. I know Leslie's already read it and she loved it. Alan read it and really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see what I end up thinking and like reading it with the rest of the group. All right, so that is everything that I plan on reading in the month of March. I do have a few arcs that I'm gonna try to get to from NetGalley, but all in all, I think I can handle the books that I picked. Like it's a little excessive on number, but a lot of the books are shorter than my normal. And 3 of them are middle grade, which I end up reading much quicker anyways, because they might look thick, but they have like bigger print and like thicker pages. So hopefully I can get through all of these, because I have some real high hopes this coming month. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of any of these books and let me know what you plan on reading in the month of March down below. Bye guys.